Hiya, and how are you once again? We are back onto our social policy, social welfare issues. The last time I asked you a question, I wanted to find out if you can mention one or two social policies within your community as an African. If you were a Ghanaian, I just wanted you to mention one or two for me to know if you really know what social policies means. So Utiminka, I've told you going to miss tree in English so that we'll have a diverse constituents. So Utiminka, the last time I asked you, said, Obetimia abo social policies, bakwana minu mpotemu. We are continuing from that phase. I told you say social policy nneɛma yɛde gu akwan mu sɛnea wo fama ne wo die ɛwɔ wo mantamu a wotena no wasomdwe ne wahotɔ what would call well-being and welfare ebedimu. These are social policies aims. You see, most of the time we have various councils, we have various assemblies, we have various religions. Duty is to ensure say these policies are formulated and implemented. And then people say who angles are these social policies ifriba. The social policy can come from an angle of education, it can come from housing, it can come from health, it can come from social mobility, social care. These are areas be any share send your well-being and welfare ebedimu in a country. Na yeba Africa or Ghana context to be specific. Mepesa would do wadjune ebetutu. That was why I asked you. So me the wadjune atutuhu asha umontemu. If these policies are really working, yeba Ghana, there were so many social policies. I've told you about the accessibility aspect, which can come from health, which can come from education. We have the social protection, which can come from social care, which can come from financial protection. We have equality or equity and equity aspect, where these social policies, objective or principles, ebema idea was say will be especially when I spoke about the social protection, yebeyama womwa abrabomu yeden ne yeden pano omonsa akomano omasetrem ediye. Eti yeka equality and equity a yimu bia emmom na obiara ensabe kanedi. Then I have what it's an economics environment, but in terms of social care, in terms of social welfare, in terms of social policy, it has a rule in it. I call it the political economy. How decisions are made, how these decisions that are made affect your life, how this decision does not favor a certain class of people. Yen edisione yesiono baby yesu free. Yesuane in such a way that gradually we will come there for you to understand. Se abayin no nani da so na nani so ade ho yin nara no, if it's about the development and the development any impact on your well-being and welfare, then there is a question mark. In your community, one way you do almost see or say I call them servants. That's why I call myself community servant. I call them servants because you inform me see or say so. You don't see so to right from your community committees through to your assemblymen, to your district assembly members, to your government agencies, through to parliamentarians into our government. They are servants of the nation. They are supposed to serve we the citizens. And nneɛma no yɛdɔ de wɔsi wɔ sɛ ɔmo mɛyɛ no. Sɛ nneɛma no ɔmo yɛ no, if not tailored to our well-being and welfare, then there is a question mark. Ɛyɛ na masere deɛ akyire. Mesere deɛ akyire because sɛ wayɛ adwuma na watena akura ase. No one what is going on in these areas. Now they compare the urban and then the cities. Who ni say yen societies no ana yen nkrofo no they don't really understand the dynamics of their jobs. They play only the politics. Yes, politics is a game. So they play the game of mindset to get us into voting for them and then leave the core aims for them to make our life better. They leave it just like that. And when you see the agronomy is a kabum. You see the essay, I agronomy, said then the so that one will get into the main game. So as for GH policy pause, as I said the last time, we are not politics. We are not doing politics. We are not here for politics. We are not politicians. We are just a social analysis. We are basically to help you understand in layman language what these policies are mean for. Makania makakra. I've talked about accessibility. So in my next video, we will delve into what accessibility means. In which area do you or do we expect to see accessibility? I've mentioned social protection. I've talked about political economy. I've talked about social care. I've talked about equity and equality. Me question because maybe as I said, our main aim is be diagro. It's a good thing say, and I asked the question the last time if we can identify any of these social policies areas and activities in your environment, in your community as a Ghanaian. I just want us to share. Me example here because I want to build the game from a certain level. Then yedi ago kakra go yedi ani say social policy na me explaining in say is for our well-being and welfare. Na a objective and a principle. So I've spoken about accessibility today. I've spoken about social protection. I've spoken about political economy. I've spoken about equality and equity. We will delve into it one after the other. Until name do we see here. Media, I'm gonna be you, and we also be the agronome. Ye keka kono, yibi ho. So that we show mantemu, we show a brabum. Now, if these are really happening within your communities, or there are gaps, Timino, ye diagoni is yande, mediane akosia, mamali. I am your community servant. And that is why I talk about community issues. Me say, ye dwuma we krase. Na wati ni me biase. Me da say, ye be say share bi.